What's up YouTube, it's Shivansh here. So today's video will be a little different from my previous videos because today I will tell you why I do not own a car in Canada. So I've been in Canada for almost 8 years now. I came here as an international student and now I'm working in Canada for the last 4 years, but I still do not own a car. Now, buying a car in Canada is a big financial decision. So if you're already in Canada as an international student or a new immigrant, or if you're planning to move to Canada very soon, then I'm sure you must be wondering if buying a car in Canada is the right decision for you, or do you even need to buy a car in Canada? So in today's video, I will share my personal experience of surviving in Canada without a car. Do I regret not buying a car in Canada, and why did I choose not to buy a car in Canada? Hopefully from my experience you will also be able to understand and make a wise decision whether buying a car in Canada is a good decision for you or not. And if you like this type of content, then by the end of this video I also have a little announcement for you. So make sure to watch this video till the very end, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and let's start this video. Now, I know you guys must be wondering what could be such a big reason that Shivansh did not buy a car in Canada for 8 years. And to be very honest with you, the simple reason is that I did not need one. Now, I know that it's a big statement to make because you must have heard that car is a necessity in Canada and you cannot survive in Canada without a car, but that is not at all the truth. Yes, having a car gives you the convenience and also gives you the comfort. However, it is definitely possible to survive in Canada without a car. I have survived in Canada without a car for the last 8 years, and in these 8 years I've been to my college, I've done part-time jobs, and I've also been working full-time for the last 4 years, and it's definitely doable. Whether you actually need a car in Canada or not depends a lot on your personal situation, and in this video specifically, I will go over my personal experience and my reasons for not buying a car. So first of all, let's try to understand what does it actually mean to own a car in Canada and what sort of challenges one faces when buying a car in Canada. So when you buy a car, there is definitely the monthly installment or the EMI payment, which can be around $400 for a basic starter car in Canada. But that's not the only expense. You also have to pay for your car insurance, which gets very expensive in Canada. And depending on your age, your car, and the city that you live in, your monthly car insurance can be anywhere from $300 to $600-700. Then there will also be some parking expenses. So let's say if you live in an apartment building, then you can expect to pay around $100 or $150 per month for the parking. And then you should also add the fuel or petrol expenses. So in total, I would say that there's definitely an expense of $900 to $1,200 every single month if you buy a car in Canada. Now, even if you say that you won't buy a car on installments and you'll make a down payment of $5,000 to $10,000, then in that case, your monthly installment charges will definitely reduce. However, you will still have to pay for all the other expenses such as insurance or parking, fuel, etc. So overall, it will still cost you around $600 or $700 per month. Plus, you will be making a big payment out of your own pocket, which you could have otherwise invested or saved for the down payment of your future house. So these are some of the challenges and some things to consider before buying a car in Canada. Now let's talk about some of the reasons why I chose not to buy a car in Canada. And the very first reason for that was that I wanted to save my money for as long as I possibly could. In my first 4 years in Canada, I was a full-time student and I was only working part-time, making around $800 per month. And I did not want to spend a huge amount of money on buying and maintaining a car at that point of time. I've seen a lot of international students when they come to Canada, they start working part-time jobs and they start earning some amount of cash, at that time they do get carried away or maybe come under peer pressure and they go ahead and buy a car. And this becomes a big mistake for a lot of people down the line because this increases their expenses significantly. Or even worse, some people buy a fancy car at a wrong point of time in their life and take on a lot of debt. So this basically ruins their credit score and destroys the balance of life for a lot of people because they get tied to an expensive car for 7 to 9 years and then they only live and work to pay off their car debt. And this is a very stressful situation to be in. So because of this, I felt like this would probably be a very bad decision for me at that point of time in my life. And for the next 2 years, I was pretty much living alone in Canada. I had a pretty stable job and a decent salary, but I still felt like I could live without a car for some more time until I got married and my wife joined me in Canada. Trust me guys, there were some days when I hated walking in the snow and I was this close to buying a car, but I still somehow managed it. And the reason for that is that public transport is really good in Canada, at least in most places. When it's snowing outside, the buses might get delayed a little bit sometimes, but you will definitely reach your destination. For example, if you're living in Toronto, then you have the option of taking the bus, or the streetcar or the subway. And if you miss one, then you can get the next one in maximum 10 or 15 minutes. So that's pretty convenient. Even when I was living in the suburbs, I could still take the local bus or the local train in the major cities of Edmonton, Calgary, and now Oakville. So a good transportation network definitely helped me in surviving in Canada without a car. Another reason why I was able to survive without a car in Canada is that I strategically selected my place of accommodation when I was studying at University of Alberta, as well as after finishing my college when I started working full-time. I always chose to live near my university or my place of work, even though I had to pay a little extra in rent, but overall it helped me save on a lot of money because I could either walk or take a quick bus to my work or my school. And then in 2020, when I was finally ready to buy a car, the pandemic happened. So at that point, I felt like it wasn't really worth buying a car because I was working from home because of the lockdowns and there was no real utility of a car for me at that time. Because of all these reasons, I did not feel the need to buy a car in Canada yet. Now, it's not that buying a car in Canada is always going to be a bad decision. There can be some scenarios where buying a car is justified and sometimes it can also be a smart and a profitable decision. So first of all, if you're living far away from your university or your workplace and you have to change multiple buses or getting to your destination is very complex and you experience a lot of delays, then in that case you can definitely consider buying a car. And secondly, if you're living in a remote city or your city does not have a good public transportation network, then buying a car can definitely be a better option for you. The next reason is a big one, and that is that if your car is going to generate some income or revenue for you. So if you're planning to do deliveries through UberEats or SkipTheDishes, then in that case your car can definitely prove to be an asset for you because in addition to providing you with the comfort and the convenience, it will also help you generate some extra income on the side, and it also might just help you pay off your car debt on its own. So using your car as an asset is actually a very smart decision in my opinion. And the fourth reason to buy a car in Canada is that if you have a family in Canada. So if you are a new immigrant in Canada and you have a spouse or kids, or maybe even your parents are here, then in that case it is definitely more convenient and cheaper to buy a car so that all of you can travel together. Okay, so here's my advice for you. If you are a student, then I would not recommend you to buy a car in Canada, at least until you are studying. Because while you are studying, you can only work part-time, your earning potential is limited, and you can only make about $1,000 per month. And as I said before, that the car expenses can range from $800 to $1,100 depending on your situation. So pretty much all of your part-time work income will go towards the payment and the maintenance of your car. So it is very important for you to be financially smart, especially in the beginning of your career when you're just starting your new life in Canada. So as a student, don't make a foolish decision by buying an expensive car and ruining your credit history. Now, if you are on a work permit or if you already have a PR, then you should only buy a car once you have a stable source of income or a stable job, and when you feel that it is the right time for you to buy a car and when you feel that it's worth buying a car. And if you can live without a car for some more time, then that's amazing, because then you can save a lot of money and invest that in stocks or use it towards the down payment of your future house. So buying a car is a big financial decision, and make sure to go through all the points that I've mentioned in this video before you go ahead with it. Having said that, I'm planning to buy my first car in Canada in the near future. Yes, I'm finally going to do it, and I'll be sharing my entire experience with you so that whenever you need to buy your first car in Canada, you have all the knowledge you need to make a good and a smart financial decision. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to watch more such videos about my life in Canada. And if you want to watch more fun and informative content, then you can also follow me on Instagram at Shivansh Singla 119. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.